Little people, big world. Roloff family member comes out during Pride Month. A brave and beautiful Journe. Hello viewers, I am Alana. Welcome back to my channel. USA Daily History for Roloff family. Latest news update. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. For nearly 2 decades, Little People, Big World, LPBW, has been more than just a show. It's been a mirror of real-life challenges, triumphs, and transformation. From the lush fields of Roloff farms to the heartfelt moments inside the family's Oregon home, audiences have watched the Roloffs grow, change, and overcome the complexities of life in the public eye. But in a landmark moment during Pride Month, one of the Roloff family members has shared something deeply personal and profoundly courageous. They have come out as a member of the LGBTQ+ community. In a world that still often marginalizes those who dare to live their truth, this revelation from a beloved reality TV family has resonated with fans across the globe. As the month of June celebrates identity, authenticity, and love in all its forms, the Roloff family's support and response also reflect the evolving acceptance and empathy shared by millions of viewers. This article dives deep into the timeline, reactions, personal story, family dynamics, fan response, and larger cultural significance of this brave coming out moment, a pivotal chapter in LPBW history. The news broke through a touching Instagram post shared on June 15th. Accompanied by a candid selfie and a caption filled with vulnerability, the Roloff family member wrote, "This Pride Month feels different. Because this time, I'm not just celebrating others, I'm celebrating myself too. After years of fear, doubt, and silence, I want to share that I'm part of the LGBTQ+ community. This is who I am, and I'm proud." The message, while simple in tone, carried decades of emotional weight. The post quickly garnered thousands of likes, comments, and words of encouragement from fans, celebrities, and, most importantly, family members. While the family member requested privacy regarding specific labels or identities for the moment, the openness and honesty struck a powerful chord. One of the most significant aspects of this moment was the heartfelt and immediate support from other Roloff family members. Amy Roloff, the family matriarch, commented, "I'm so proud of you, not just for being brave enough to share your truth, but for the strong, kind, and beautiful person you've always been. I love you with all my heart." Chris Merrick, Amy's husband, also chimed in with a brief but powerful message. Tori Roloff, wife of Zach, reshared the post to her stories, writing, "You are loved. You are seen. You are not alone. We're so proud of you." Even Matt Roloff, known more for his stern presence and practical outlook, publicly shared, "Family means unconditional love and we're behind you every step of the way." The collective show of support from the Roloff family echoed what millions hope for in their own lives: a community of love and understanding, no matter who you are or how you identify. The family member later shared a more in-depth post detailing their emotional journey. Coming out, as many know, is rarely a singular moment. It's a path that includes questioning, fear, hope, and eventually, freedom. "I've known who I am for a long time," they wrote. "But growing up in a conservative environment, on a show that reaches millions, made it feel impossible to share. I kept telling myself I didn't want to disappoint anyone. But living in hiding was more painful than anything else." Their words reflect a struggle familiar to countless individuals, the internal battle between wanting to live authentically and the fear of rejection, particularly from family or fans. "This Pride Month, I realized I couldn't keep pretending. I needed to step into the light, even if my voice shakes." Fans of LPBW know that the Roloff family, especially Amy and Matt, have long spoken about their Christian faith. This has led some viewers to wonder how that might affect their stance on LGBTQ+ issues. In past seasons, faith was a central theme during weddings, family events, and moral discussions. However, the Roloffs have also shown time and time again that love and family come first. This latest chapter further proves that while faith may play a role in their lives, it does not override their support for one another. "We can hold faith and still practice empathy," Amy shared in a comment to a fan. "This family is built on love, not judgment." Within hours of the coming out post, fans flooded social media with support. The comments ranged from emotional to jubilant, with many sharing their own coming-out experiences or thanking the Roloffs for giving visibility to LGBTQ+ individuals. As a queer person who grew up watching your family, I cried when I saw your post. Thank you for your courage. It means everything. This is what pride is all about. Living your truth and being surrounded by people who love you no matter what. The post has since gone viral, being picked up by LGBTQ+ media outlets, parenting blogs, and TV news shows alike. It's a cultural moment, a long-running family reality show, known for its focus on little people and farm life, now embracing and celebrating queer identity. In many ways, this coming-out moment is about far more than one person's truth. It reflects the changing tide of representation in media, particularly in traditionally conservative-leaning reality TV. For LPBW, a show that began in 2006, this evolution marks progress. What began as a show to spotlight dwarfism and family dynamics has grown into a platform for broader discussions around inclusion and identity. This step toward LGBTQ+ visibility is not only heartening, it's crucial. Especially in a time where queer and trans rights are under renewed scrutiny, moments like these remind us of the power of visibility and the importance of allyship. Though the family member has requested not to take on the role of a spokesperson, their story is already inspiring others. If my story helps even one person feel less alone, it's worth it. They shed attitude of quiet strength, vulnerability, and authenticity is what makes their coming out so impactful. They are showing that courage doesn't always have to be loud. Sometimes it's found in a soft post, a shaky hand, and a whole lot of heart. At this point, there's no confirmation about whether this storyline will be addressed in any future LPBW episodes. With the original show now on hiatus, there's speculation about possible spin-offs or special episodes that might explore this topic in more detail, but nothing has been confirmed. Regardless of what happens on screen, the Roloff family has clearly grown behind the scenes. And their collective response, warm, genuine, loving, sets an example for families everywhere navigating similar journeys. Roloff family members coming out during Pride Month is more than a personal milestone, it's a moment that redefines what LPBW stands for. As more and more people find the strength to live authentically, it's essential to have stories like this, stories of bravery, family, and unconditional love, especially in households and communities still learning to embrace what pride truly means. LPBW's Amy Roloff admits ex-Matt Roloff will have an impact on me until the day I die, in a candid and emotional moment that struck a chord with fans of Little People, Big World. LPBW, Amy Roloff opened up about the lasting impact her ex-husband, Matt Roloff, continues to have on her life even after their divorce and despite the passage of years. Speaking in a heartfelt interview, Amy admitted that Matt would have an impact on me until the day I die. Her honesty shed light on the complicated dynamics of long-term relationships, especially when family, business, and fame are deeply intertwined. Amy and Matt Roloff were married for nearly 30 years before finalizing their divorce in 2016. During that time, they built not only a family but an empire together, raising 4 children, managing Roloff farms, and becoming household names through Little People, Big World, which debuted on TLC in 2006. The show became a pioneering series that portrayed the everyday realities of a family navigating life with dwarfism, while also tackling universal themes of love, conflict, parenting, and ambition. Their divorce was publicly documented, leaving fans emotionally invested in their story. But while the romantic chapter of their relationship ended, their ties, emotional and professional, remained. There's just no denying that Matt will always be part of my life, Amy confessed. We spent decades together. We raised kids. We built a business. We built a home. That doesn't just disappear because a marriage ends. Even after their separation, Amy and Matt continued to cross paths frequently, not only because of the show but also due to their shared role as parents and now grandparents. Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob, their 4 children, have grown and started families of their own. Amy and Matt have had to navigate birthdays, holidays, and milestones with grace and civility, which hasn't always been easy. Fans of LPBW have seen their sometimes awkward interactions unfold on camera. From planning pumpkin season events at Roloff farms to attending their kids' weddings and celebrating new grandchildren, Amy and Matt's paths have remained intertwined. According to Amy, those ties aren't just circumstantial, they're emotional. It's not just about the kids, she said. It's about a history that is deep. In front of millions of viewers, the healing process can be even more difficult. Amy has been vocal about the emotional toll the divorce took on her. In her memoir A Little Me, she detailed the heartbreak, betrayal, and personal growth that came with ending her marriage. I had to learn how to redefine myself outside of being Matt's wife, she wrote. For so long, we were a team. Suddenly, I was alone, and I didn't know who Amy was without Matt. Yet, Amy also emphasized the empowerment that came from reclaiming her identity. Moving out of the farmhouse, buying her own home, and making decisions for herself were all part of the journey. And though Matt remains a presence in her life, Amy says she now sees herself as stronger, wiser, and more aware. Perhaps one of the biggest changes post-divorce was Amy's decision to sell her portion of Roloff Farms. The property that had been her home for decades and a key backdrop of the show was filled with memories, both good and bad. In 2019, Amy sold her stake in the farm to Matt, choosing to step away from the physical and emotional weight the land carried. It was time, Amy said. I needed to close that chapter to open a new one. Even so, Roloff Farms remains a symbol of their shared legacy, and every season of Pumpkin Patch or family gathering brings those memories rushing back. Fans of LPBW have long admired Amy's openness. Her candid reflections on love, loss, and growth have made her a relatable figure, and her admission about Matt's lasting impact touched many viewers. She's so real about how complicated relationships are, one fan commented on Reddit. Even when you've moved on, there's still history there. Others praised Amy's strength and honesty. It takes courage to admit that someone who hurt you still matters in some way, another fan wrote. That doesn't make her weak, it makes her human. While Amy has been more public with her emotional reflections, Matt has occasionally shared his thoughts on their marriage and its aftermath. In past episodes and interviews, he has acknowledged that their relationship was filled with ups and downs. We were two very different people, Matt said. And sometimes, those differences became too big to overcome. Still, Matt has shown respect for Amy's role in his life and the family they built together. Their shared commitment to their children and grandchildren remains a unifying force, even if their romantic bond has long ended. Amy's journey after divorce has been one of reinvention. She started new ventures, from cooking segments to online content, and has cultivated a community of followers who admire her resilience and transparency.